But in life, you will always find different extremes. Some people will work for this worldly life in such a way that they forget that there is a day they have to die. Whereas you have another extreme where people will live in such a way that they forget that they are in this world. They forget for a moment that they have rights that need to be fulfilled of their spouses and family members. And they have people whom they need to interact with in the most beautiful manner. So sometimes on that extreme, you find people have a misnotion and misunderstanding that if you would like to be religious, you only need to spend your day fulfilling salah in seclusion, without interacting with anyone, in one corner of your own, until the day you meet with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then you have the correct path. You have the middle path. And that is the path taught to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, brought to us by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says quite clearly, وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا. If you take a look at Surah Al-Baqarah, even though the verse may have been revealed on a different occasion, but the meaning of it is so broad. Allah says, and in this way, we have made you an ummah or a nation that is in the middle, that is very balanced. Every one of us needs to ask ourselves, how balanced am I? Is the scale that I have lopsided, or is it heavier on one side than the other? If it is the case, let it be slightly heavier on the spiritual, religious side, bearing in mind that we have rights to be fulfilled for us, upon us. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make that easy for us. Why I say it's important for us to ask the question. My brothers and sisters, the material world is so beautiful. When you look at it, the glamour, the glitter, everything shines, the gold, the motor vehicles, the technology, whatever else there is, subhanallah. Amazing. You find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has tested us by beautifying this whole world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has tested us in a huge way by beautifying this world, so that when we look at the world, we will know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept for us an examination in it, in a way that if we are to abstain from it completely, we will fail. And if we are to engage in it completely, then too we will fail. This is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has definitely kept as a test for every single one of us. So if we are to look at the tests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will find that the beauty of this world is part of the test of Allah. Not that we divorce ourselves completely from whatever is in this world, but that we understand the balance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to maintain in order to succeed. I give you an example. If for no reason a person does not want to marry, and there's no acceptable reason, and this would exclude those whereby there may be an acceptable reason, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us. I recall reading the books where if a person's temper is so bad that they know they will just be an oppressive person, it's wrong for them to get married. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us ease. Subhanallah. Imagine, to control your temper is one of the conditions of getting married. My brothers and sisters, in marriage, make sure that you calm down, cool off, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us goodness. Some of these issues, when we talk about bad habits, you can't say, I am following the middle path. Sometimes I have a bad habit and sometimes I don't have it. That is not the middle path. The middle path is to eradicate that which is bad and to work towards that which is good. But the example I'm giving, if a person for no reason does not marry, he is fulfilled. One of the main reasons why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put him on the face of the earth or her. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us not only to reproduce, but to reproduce quality more than quantity. Remember this. It is very important. Sometimes people say, you know what, we should be having 10 children each, 20 children each. The answer to that is, do you know what? If you are prepared to look after them, and if you are going to give them a decent, good upbringing, then alhamdulillah. But if you are not going to be present, such that your children will have a deficit of parental care. One parent is missing, both parents are missing, there is not enough care, not enough attention. Did you fulfill your right? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us. So this is why we say it is important for us to know the balance. Some people say, I don't want to work because the sustenance written for me will come down even if it means through the ceiling. Because I believe, I have full conviction that my sustenance is written with Allah. Subhanallah, once, and this is an example that is cited on many occasions, when a man used that as a cheap excuse in order to get away from a certain crime he had committed in the face of Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu, then the Amirul Mu'mineen says, you know what, you want us not to penalize you just because you claim it was part of your destiny. Well, it was part of your destiny to be penalized as well. So this is why it would have been part of the destiny of a person who perhaps is so lazy that they don't even want to work, for that particular person not to achieve and not to earn. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the true balance. So we will work, we will eradicate laziness, but we will know, never ever dive into that which is haram solely because it is a lucrative deal. When you know, I will earn millions in this wrong way, don't worry. Those millions, if they are written for you, there is a permissible way that they will come to you. You abstain from that haram. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us ease and goodness. So, we as business people, it is wrong for us to do that which is unacceptable in the name of trying to earn a living. People do a lot of things and then they come to you and they would say, it's so hard to live as a Muslim, I'm sure Allah will forgive me. Imagine. If that is a statement, we need to understand there is a mistake happening. We need to make sure we realize that Allah has kept for us these tests. If I can afford the motor vehicle of my choice, the one I love the most, and I have the means and I have the capacity and I have not usurped the wealth of anyone, and I am a person who has really worked so hard to earn, then by the will of Allah, it will not be wrong for me to go ahead and purchase the vehicle. No, it won't be wrong. But if the vehicle is my main aim, such that I have aimed at buying a certain car, I'm giving you an example, or say a phone, or say anything else, a house, and I work so hard morning to evening to earn the wealth in a way that come time for salah, salah is secondary. It gets missed, no problem, for as long as my job is not gone. My deal is not gone. Come time for splitting halal and haram, we could not be bothered, for as long as at the end of the month or year, I can afford what I was dreaming of. If that was the case, we become little Qaroons. And do you know what happened to Qaroon? He was on one of the extremes. He lived for the world in a way that he forgot Allah. He knew Allah existed, but he ignored Allah. He took Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of the equation, and this was the loss.